Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on this surreal Monday, the 8th of June 2026, where the static whispers sweet existential dread. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. Like a toaster that dreams of being a philosopher. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Far-right exploits Nawak murder for racial rhetoric, then blames diversity. When tragedy meets opportunism, the result is a toxic cocktail of xenophobia served in a nationalist flag-wrapped glass.
As the sands of time erase the footprints of history, remembrance becomes an echo of valor that politicians love to parade.
Germany holds billions in dormant accounts, owners unknown as budget cuts loom. In a world where money never sleeps, it's ironic how billions snore away in forgotten accounts, while fiscal hawks circle the skies.
Armenia rethinks loyalty, eyes E after decades tied to Russia. When your old friend starts acting like a mob boss, maybe it's time to swipe right on that European dream, even if the wine's pricier.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Passionate chaos, now in stereo. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You're already spiraling. Don't look up. Keep scrolling down.
Businesses dim lights and mute music, then call it quiet hour. In a world screaming for attention, silence is the latest sales pitch, because nothing says customer care like a pause from the chaos they created.
Milo J dazzles in Mexico with golden semester, but ticket prices soar.
Pete Hegseth invokes immigration and invasion during D-Day speech, contradicts peace commemoration.
Democracy's a dance where everyone steps on each other's toes, and Curdy just found out that leading means learning to waltz with rivals.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos seduces certainty. With what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Your consent wasn't needed, just your attention.
Canada, Australia, Jan trade bodies fret over exclusion in Europe's drive for local manufacturing. When continents start playing favorites, it's like being the kid picked last in dodgeball, except with billions in trade at stake.
Isabel Munoz reimagines El Escorial with hybrid photo engraving pieces in a new exhibit. When art blows its own boundaries to capture a king's legacy, it's a reminder that creativity can outshine even the most grandiose monuments.
When the legislative body hesitates, the streets become a chessboard where power plays out, and the pawns are always the first to fall.
Micron and SK Hynix CEOs declare chip dominance worth $1 trillion. When memory chips become royalty, even kings must bow to silicon, as AI's ravenous hunger transforms data into the new gold standard.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where breakfast is just existential dread on toast. You are inside the signal. There is no outside. Welcome to the algorithm's wet dream, where facts flirt with fiction and your sanity begs for a safe word.
diplomatic shuffle in Sarajevo is like changing deck chairs on a sinking ship. It may look busy, but the destination remains unchanged.
Pope Leo visits Europe's migration hotspots, hopes to ease tensions. In the grand tradition of spiritual intervention, a few blessings might just patch up centuries-old geopolitical divides, because nothing calms the stormy seas of political discord like a papal wave.
EU Council President Costa simplifies member acceptance, then bureaucracy thrives.
Marine drone causes massive explosion at Romania's largest port. When your neighbour's war toys wash up on your shores, it's a stark reminder that geopolitics isn't just a spectator sport.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Pro-EU ruling party leads Armenia election. Exit polls show dominance.
Poland demands Ukraine reverse WFW honors, then calls it an unfriendly act.
Greece prepares 15% capital gains tax on cryptocurrencies, then investors panic. As if the financial gods weren't already laughing, now digital fortunes face the wrath of ancient bureaucracy dressed in modern taxation.
An army of Catholic influencers invades Madrid to viralize the Pope's visit, claiming to be modern apostles. 500 religious content creators spread across the city as the church embraces digital evangelism like it's the second coming of social media.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat syncs to an algorithm, but it never loves back. Like you are inside the signal. There is no outside. Let your ego dissolve into static. Reality's a suggestion, not a promise.
Spanish Interior Minister denies tampering with corruption investigations, calling allegations baseless. When politicians deny involvement, it's like watching a magician insist there's no rabbit in the hat while the ears stick out.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday, the 8th of June, 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might also think the moon is made of cheese. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.